Hi there and welcome to HWM Aston Martin here in Moulton-on-Thames. Now back in late 2016, something remarkable happened to our brand and we had a future plan with some replacement models. And one of the first models to hit was the new Aston Martin DB11. And it was originally available in V12 and V8 format, but it was a kind of migration for Aston Martin from naturally aspirated engines to the 4-litre and the 5.2 turbo engines that we've got today. But every so often, something remarkable comes along, and in 2018, the DB11 Volante launched. So please allow me to show you around this used Aston Martin DB11 Volante in Cobalt blue. So fast forward to 2018, nearly sort of 18 months after the coupe first launched, the DB11 V8 Volante. Now the Volante was only available in V8, and this particular car is finished in a Q special colour, which is cobalt blue. So it's an additional cost colour above and beyond the standard palette. But this car's got some great features. So it has things like the black exterior pack you can see on the front splitter and the side fins as well, side strakes, and the black bonnet meshes as well. Other interesting things that it has is the 10-spoke directional alloy wheels, and they're gloss black as well, just to add to that kind of black theme which you can see around the side of the vehicle, with the black mirror arms and the black surround on the mirrors as well. It has the sports seats inside the vehicle and matching cobalt blue stitching, so it's a really nice contrast between the black and the blue. So it's a one-owner vehicle, and this is a 2019 and a half model year. It's covered just over 6,400 miles. Other interesting features on this vehicle is it has these smoked rear tail lights, which again was an option at the time. And I still love this spoiler, which sits in the back of the boot, which is deployed when the vehicle hits a certain air resistance and pushes air from the front of the car all the way down the side, and deploying the rear spoiler to give you extra stability at the rear. So coming around and having a look in the vehicle, it's got some great features, things like the Aston Martin Embroidery wings, which is on the rear headrests and the front as well. Also, as I mentioned, has the sports seats, and they're electrically controlled with driver and passenger memory. Other highlights are things like the heated seats and the technology pack. Now the technology pack has the touchpad, which is the central control panel between the driver's and the passenger's door. Also has the blind spot monitoring, which you can see on each of the mirrors. So that's a great feature. So actually when you're traveling down the center of the motorway, it detects cars coming down the left or the right hand side of you, letting you know. As part of that technology package, this vehicle also has auto park assist. One of the clever devices is that this car will search for an appropriate sized parking space for you. So when you're driving along, there'll be an illumination to indicate to you that there is an available parking space. You can then select it, and then effectively the car will park for itself. So yeah, it's a really cool feature. You kind of have to put your faith in it a bit, but it's again part of that technology package. Other highlights inside the car is this beautiful piano black trim inlay, which is across the door cards and falls down the center console. You've got electric stowage as well, so that can come back, and of course you've got the all-important cup holders through the middle. And one of the clever designs with the roof is how quickly it comes up and down. So allow me to demonstrate just how quickly it happens. And you can also do this at speeds up to, I think, about 19 miles an hour. So you don't actually have to pull over and put the roof up. So as always with DB11, you've got this cool individualization which is accessible from the steering wheel. Now, being a GT car, the car will always start in GT mode, which is probably an everyday kind of driving mode. But by using your thumb, you can then select a sport mode, and that transforms the dash, also changes the gearbox, the throttle and the exhaust note, as well as an additional Sport Plus mode, which allows more slip of the rear wheels and opens up the valves a lot further. And that coupled with the adaptive damping, so you've got again Sport and Sport Plus mode, so you can really transform this vehicle depending on how dynamically you want to drive it. But it's really, really clever. It's often something that's overlooked, but you can really have 8 or 10 different settings to set up the individuality of how you want to drive it. So other highlights for this vehicle is that because it's a 2019 registered vehicle, it comes with the remainder of its 5-year servicing pack, which means every year that the vehicle needs a service from the first 5 years of the date of registration, the standard scheduled servicing is covered as part of the purchase. And one of the cool features about DB11 Volante is that you do compromise traditionally with convertibles, you do compromise a little bit on boot space because of where the roof needs to go. Now, in fact, our new Vantage Roadster, you don't compromise at all. And in fact, with DB11, you have this clever box. So actually, when you're not using the roof, but you want to use more boot space, you can do by deploying that drop down box. But it's quite a cool feature, meaning that you're not compromised on boot space over and above the coupe. Well, look, that was a quick whistle-stop tour of this wonderful 19.5 model year DB11 Volante. Please do get in touch with us if you need any other information. Thanks very much for watching.